Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first RedGamingTech.com video green screen and blog, as well as a thank you to all of our subscribers, our viewers, for helping us reach over 10,000. Well, it's about 10,500 now. Now, that's a little bit late, and I'll go into the reasons as to why in just a second. But first of all, I want to thank you all for all the likes, the sharing, the comments, the messages to myself, Paul, as well as the rest of the RGT team, of course, the subscriptions, all the views, everything. It really does mean a hell of a lot to us all. So why is this so late? Well, it pretty much came as no surprise when I say it's Christmas. So we've all been extremely busy, and I'm actually having to record this myself. Initially, Marta was supposed to help me, but she's pretty busy at home recording and editing and all that jazz. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. So, as I said, thank you all for the support, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about what we've got planned on the channel, as well as, you know, future plans and so on. So, pretty much first things first, let's talk about the main thing, the graphical analysis, frame rate analysis, and that type of thing. So, frame rate analysis and graphics comparisons are going to continue. Now, I did a bit of research recently as to the exact bit rates and all of the other components to YouTube, and I'm not 100% satisfied with how some of the graphics comparisons are turning out. This is particularly true right now where next generation consoles are very close to one another. So let's say Assassin's Creed 4. It does look a little bit better on PC, but honestly on YouTube compression it's trickier to see. So what we're going to be doing is still doing on YouTube, because it's a great way to get ease of use. It's a good way to market ourselves. It's also basically where we started, but we're also going to be pushing this more on the website with really high definition versions and clips of this, which leads me into another point in just a moment. So the idea behind this is you'll actually be able to either download or stream. We're looking into both options at very high quality. Now, I've done this a couple of videos already, for example, the recent Killzone article that I put up, as well as AC4's physics. This actually came as a viewer request because, you know, some of you were like, okay, well, I don't really see the difference in certain areas. And it's true. Like, for example, I was planning to do 900p PS4 versus 1080p PS4. And honestly, just because of YouTube compression, it was really tricky to do that. So I ended up not really pushing that side of things. And I want to. So that's something that we're going to be doing. Now, that brings me on to the second point. Website. So the website at the moment is working, but there's some parts that really need to be fixed, including the forums need to be implemented, which will basically give you guys a discussion platform. And I'm going to be fairly loose with the rules, so you'll be able to post images, GIFs, whatever you want, as long as, you know, you're not insulting one another, which, to be fair, most of the viewers are pretty cool, so that should be all right. And it's just going to be a lot more interactive for all of us. I'm starting to get on Twitter a little. Don't ask me what my Twitter name is, because I honestly can't remember. I think it's RGT Crimson Rain, but it's linked in pretty much all the Facebook anyway, so you can check that out. So I want to get more involved in the community, and one that forums are going to be one of the ways we do that. But also on the website, we've got to move hosts for like I don't even know how many times, because I basically what happened is basically I entered into a contract with a web hosting service which focused on, you know, what we need, and they're basically changing around all their services at the end of January. So we've gone until then to basically move to a different host, because otherwise they're going to be charging us significantly more. I'm not just talking like, you know, I don't know, 20% or something. We're talking like 2 to 3 times more than what we're paying now, which isn't really feasible, considering that we're not getting anything else for that. We're basically just being charged it for because they're changing the services, which is not really what we want. So we're going to be moving to a different host, which is going to be a little bit more expensive, but is a little bit faster. So that's a good thing. We're also going to be focused on trying to get a CDN, content delivery network, up to you guys as well. Right now I'm hosting on one of my other old websites that just doesn't do anything, or these comparison stuff, you know, in zip format. But that's not fast enough. So going to resolve that as well, looking into options, probably going to be Windows Azure or some Rackspace or maybe Amazon's CloudFront, or I don't know exactly yet, but that'll be resolved at some point. What else? So there's a couple other things. First of all, for the lovers of fighting games, Murasaki on the channel, also known as Steven, he's right now living in London, and he's really involved in the fighting game scene, and he is going to be coordinating with myself, but he's going to be basically the runner of it, fighting game tournaments online, as well as in real life. You know, you come down to a location. Problem with that is obviously some people may be in the United States, some may be in France or wherever, and it's not really ideal. We can't really expect someone to hop on a plane from say Germany just to come down to a fighting event. So we're going to also be running these online. Him and I are working on that. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, but the basic premise is it's going to be live streamed, as well as the really good matches are going to be also archived on the channel. There's probably going to be cash prizes as well. Not sure exactly how much or how that's going to work, but basically we're thinking about the winner of the stream. Also, I'd like to do it for StarCraft 2 or something else, but I don't have enough time to learn StarCraft 2, and Amata doesn't. Maybe with someone else we'll figure it out in the future. It was certainly something we'd like to do, like get involved in the competitive gaming scene, because yeah, it's really cool. What else? Yes, that reminds me. Next thing would be games development. Now, I know quite a bit myself, obviously from the channel. I know a lot about the software side and a lot about the hardware side, the architectures, operating systems, but I don't know it from the perspective of a games developer. However, James on the channel, also known as The Kid, is a games developer. He's actually developing a game right now. Now, he obviously can't show me his development stuff because it's, well, part of the company that he's working for, so he can't like show us assets without their permission. He has done an interview, by the way, on the channel. But I think the better option is him and I are going to be working on a games development series together. Not exactly sure how it's going to work right now, but I think the idea is basically that I'm going to be the student, but obviously I know more than, say, someone who doesn't know anything, so I can ask pertinent questions as I feel that they should be asked, and I can learn more at the same time as I can pass on that knowledge to you. We're going to be obviously recording this session, Skyping, and it'll be really cool. It's going to be screen captures as well, so you guys can enjoy that, and you'll be able to eventually learn how to program, games develop with the big engines. It'll be like Unity, UDK, and I'm not sure about the last one. I'd also like to start learning and showing you guys things such as Blender for 3D modeling, but that's going to be in the future because I'm crap at it right now, so I need to learn that. Yeah, so there's also going to be a lot of hardware tests coming up, but that's going to be some point next year. Right now, all of us are working as well as on the channel. So to give you an idea, sometimes my days are literally 16 hours long. I'm not just saying that, for the purposes of the video, it's honestly true. So sometimes I want to implement something, but I physically just don't have any more time through the day, which really sucks, honestly, because I'd really like to get more done, but there's only a certain amount of hours in the day, unfortunately. And Amata, all of us are working, let's just put it that way. Spooner Kipper on the channel, who used to do a lot of Resident Evil stuff and some Zombie U playthroughs, right now he's extremely busy. He's basically, he even worked on Christmas Day. And on top of that as well, he's doing courses. So he's got courses as well as all the other stuff you'd expect from life. So it's really difficult for all of us, but we're trying to make the content as quickly as possible for all of you, and hopefully you're all enjoying it. Anyway, there's tons of other stuff that I'd like to go through, but honestly, this video is already getting quite lengthy, and I don't want to, well, give away all the game, let's put it that way. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Obviously, Let's Plays and stuff will continue, as I said. Going to be hopefully playing some more Shadowfall today. There's going to be some reviews. Developers are actually giving us some review codes, which is absolutely awesome. For example, Telltale Games gave us The Walking Dead Episode 2, which from my perspective is really good because beforehand we're buying all the games. So that means that instead of putting that money towards buying games to cover for you guys, we can instead put that money towards buying better equipment, like recording equipment. Because as some of you may know, all the money that we make on the channel, like literally every penny, goes towards better equipment, like better microphones, cameras, everything. So yeah, that's pretty much the focus, like getting the quality up to the point where I'm happy with it, because there's still some areas where, you know, we're lacking a little bit. So hopefully we'll resolve that in the new year as well. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.